Welcome to NPR News. I am Holding Gillespie, and this is my co-anchor, Jared Winkers.
I make 3 times what you do. Oh, wait,
no, he doesn't. No, he does not.
Yeah, I do.
No, he doesn't. His mom does, though. Alright, yeah, he's a dumb liar, ladies and gentlemen. But on to more important news. Today, you will hear 3 stories that are pretty cool.
That's the real lie. Whew.
The first story is about a 12-year-old kangaroo that was stoned to death in southeast China.
I didn't know that Shiloh was a 12-year-old kangaroo.
Ha! It's funny, Jared. Why'd you say that?
Because Shiloh got hit with rocks that one time.
Oh, yeah, when I was younger. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. Alright. That's accurate. Never mind. All jokes aside for right now, there was this kangaroo in China that died from injuries sustained by a person throwing rocks at it.
Ooh. That's sad.
It is. The zookeepers noticed the kangaroo had a smashed foot and died soon after.
How did it die?
They suspected it died from rocks being thrown at it.
You know, those Chinese, the tourists from China, are actually notorious for having bad manners. They're horrible tourists. You don't want them in your
Maybe I should
country.
say that. Have you ever been to China?
Actually, Chinese have been here, and I saw them. They were very rude. They were grabby and impolite.
What were they grabbing?
Everything
You?
they could see. Anything. Taking pictures when it said no pictures. They stole my wallet.
Stole your wallet? Alright. I like that movie, The Karate Kid, you know?
That's true. Those Chinese, I'll give them that. The
Which
Karate
one?
Kid was good.
Which one do you like, the 80s version or
I like the one where he
Jaden Smith?
puts the jelly beans down the guy's throat to win the fight. I like that. That's my secret move too.
Oh man. When the zookeepers took the rocks that the tourists used to throw at the kangaroos away, the tourists brought rocks from home.
But thankfully, their eyes are so squinted shut they can barely hit it.
Please excuse my co-anchor's racist remarks. He was recently diagnosed with being mentally retarded.
What are you gonna do?
So anyway, the veterinarian cleared the kangaroo's wounds and left it as it was, only to discover it was dead a few days later.
Who would have thought?
Whatever.
I'll blame it on Katie.
People were pissed off about this because there was an incident back in 2003 at a college student in Beijing threw sulfuric acid on some bears in the city's main zoo in China.
More Chinese tourists.
Another incident back in 2016 when a polar bear was kept in a small enclosure in South China all by itself, which attracted a bunch of sympathy from a lot of pedestrians.
Actually, animals in China are treated terribly most of the time because people are so poor they can't afford to keep an animal.
So all that crap happened.
And they bring it to other
So
countries.
this recent incident made people of the world question China's history concerning zoos. That is all for this story.
Alright, welcome back to NPR News with Jared Winkers and Holden Gillespie.
Gillespie.
Our last story was about a kangaroo being stoned to death at a zoo by Chinese tourists. And speaking of things being dead, American Airlines Flight 1380 ran into a little engine trouble when the left engine exploded, resulting in the death of at least one woman. The fans of the engine broke off, causing the explosion. Isn't that completely bananas?
It's crazy. You're fat. That sounds like a series of unfortunate events, Jared.
Nice plug.
Thank you. I heard about that. Also, I heard as soon as the window broke, a bunch of oxygen masks dropped down from the plane that was literally plummeting towards the earth.
Good thing only one lady died. She was probably a terrible person anyway.
What makes you think that?
She stole graham crackers from starving
How
orphans
do you know
for
that?
over 14
How do
years.
you know that?
In addition to committing massive amounts of tax fraud. I did a little journalism myself.
Oh man, maybe she was the best person in the world, dude. I'm talking, Katie. Anyway, the pilot Tammy Jo Schultz was described of having nerves of steel that day because she landed the plane safely back in Philadelphia, all with only one engine. What do you think about that?
Right there.
What do you think about that?
Alright. Sorry.
She landed the plane with one engine. What do you think about that?
I think that Tammy Jo Schultz is quite a good flyer, but you know who else landed a damaged plane? It'd be Captain Sully. Captain Sullenberger.
I love
Have
that
you ever
movie.
heard of him?
Yes.
He landed the plane on the Hudson River. There's a large body of water, and he actually saved everybody's lives.
Get your finger off the thing. Get your finger off. Okay, there.
He saved everybody on the plane, whereas Tammy Jo Schultz had one passenger die. So while she's okay enough, it really should have been Captain Sullenberger who was flying that plane.
That is the end of this news story.
Welcome back to NPR News with Jared Winkers and Holden Gillespie.
Gillespie.
When you think about planes, like the one that crashed, naturally the next thing that comes to mind is a World War II bomber plane from the Nazis.
That's naturally what comes to mind.
Recently, in Berlin, Germany, they found an undetonated bomb from one of those planes. Berlin's the capital of Germany, so a pretty important city.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Jared. On April 20th, a 1,100-pound World War II bomb was found by construction near the main train station in Berlin. Yeah. Officials believe this bomb was left by a British bomber plane during the war. Yeah, they had it again, huh?
Man, those British.
So they had to evacuate around 12,000 people from around the 1 mile radius of the area, you know?
That's a lot of people.
If that thing would have went off, they would be dead.
All 12,000 of them. No survivors. It was big.
Oh boy, Jared. I know. Thank you for that detailed response you just gave me.
My investigative journalism.
What would you have done
among the best?
if you were living right next to a World War II bomb?
I would have tried to detonate it.
Why would you try and
Who wants to be here anyway? All right, that's the end of our NPR newscast.
No,
for
we're
today,
joking.
folks.
We're joking. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're just like, expand on that. Why would
cut
you?
that out?
Why?
We're talking about why I want to die. Okay. So if there were wires in that bomb, I'd cut them. Cut all of them.
Which ones would you cut first, and how would you know to cut those?
I'd probably cut the red ones,
Always cut the red wire. Folks.
followed by the yellow ones.
If it was
and
me, I would get out.
And the green, blue, purple. You
I'd
do
move
it in
to
the
America.
rainbow order. Is actually how you defuse bombs. That's what the official bomb squad handbook says. It goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then not purple but violet. They changed
I
that
spent my
recently.
last moments playing Fortnite.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't. Alright, that's the end of our NPR newscast today, folks.
Thanks for watching. This pays my gigantic salary.
Goodbye. I'm his boss.
Why? Trident gum, fresher than fresh.
Yes.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
What are you drinking?
Baja Blast.
Oh my
What's
god.
that?
Oh, dude, here. It's super good.
That looks good.
It's like good as hell. Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Good?
Hey, what's up, dog?
So,
Not much, just chilling. Yeah, I am thirsty, dog.
Hey, so
I'm
what?
thirsty. What the hell? That is nasty.
yeah, I wish we had better drinks than this. Oh, what's this?
That's some good stuff right there. That's
Baja
good.
Blast came out of nowhere.
Oh, that is good.
Yes, sir. Alright, we're done.
And they said,
The
"Oh,
end.
We're really sorry.